the course that I was doing the course full time.
Mm-hmm. That was at Tech?
Yeah, an art course.
Yeah.
And, like, I'd been a student all my life, and I thought, well, it was a bit too much.
Just going straight out of school and starting studies again.
I did have a bit of a break after school before going to Tech, but even still, it just seemed a bit much. I think it would have been better if it was part-time. I just found it too much.
Did you like the course itself in the sense of the topics you were doing and things like that?
Oh, yeah. I really liked photography and sculpture and drawing. Some I didn't like. I didn't like colour and design or printmaking.
Yeah.
I could never get my act together for printmaking. So I had to make the screens and make this, make that, and I never found time, so I was always behind in printmaking.
Yeah. And you weren't living near the college that you were at in Sydney, were you?
For the first 4 months, I was in Newtown, and I was going to Tech at Seaforth, and that's about, around an hour each way. Yeah. So that was a bit of a hassle.
Yeah. After living in Bellingen, did you find the city all a bit too much, really? Or?
Well, I used to go down there for holiday, and that was all right because I knew I'd always be back up here in a few weeks. But moving down there, it was a bit of a culture shock.
So you were born in Sydney, but...
I was born in Sydney, but I moved up to Bellingen when I was about around 3, I think.
So what were the sorts of things that going as a young woman from the country, a lot of people have to do this, go to the city for your training. What were the things that you found really difficult about city life?
Well, to start with, no familiar faces.
Yeah.
You hop on a suburban train and it's packed with people you don't know. You can't go, oh, g'day, you know, how are you? Nice day, isn't it? You just have to...
Did you find it a bit frightening sometimes with strangers?
Yes, I did, especially coming home after a night out on the train by yourself. I only did that once or twice.
Yeah.
I usually got a taxi home.
Was the area that you lived in, for people who don't know Newtown, particularly violent, or...?
Oh, I'd say pretty violent in King Street.
That's in the main street.
You wouldn't want to go walking up there at night by yourself, put it that way.
Yeah.
It's all right in the daytime, you know, people hanging out of windows and the shopkeepers saying, oh. So the first day I was walking up the street, the guy goes, oh, what's your name? Sort of thing, and I didn't know what to say. It's really funny.
And what did you do?
Oh, I won't say.
Just ignored him in the end? Yeah. But did that mean that you couldn't actually go out at night sometimes? When you said you wouldn't go anywhere by yourself, walk along the street at night, did that restrict what you could do?
Oh, yeah. Like, if I went to visit friends, I had some friends living around the block, which just happened to be from Bellingen. Yeah. It was quite a coincidence. And I used to go and visit them, but I had to make sure I was back before dark. Because these Italian boys would be sitting in this park along the street, which I had to walk and then sort of carry on.
Did you ever feel frightened in a physical sense, or was it just what they said that, you know...
Just because I didn't know them. They were probably all right, you know. I just didn't know them.
Were there times that you just couldn't do something because there wasn't a friend?
When I was in Balgala, yeah, because I'd moved away from Peppy and Bridget, the friends in Newtown, so... And the people at Tech were really good.
Yeah.
There was one girl that I used to go out with to the Rest Hotel to watch Pat Drummond every Friday night, but it got a bit boring after a while. But most of the people at Tech sort of had their own social group. It's pretty hard to get into.
So they'd come from schools in Sydney, basically.
They'd lived around that area that they were going to Tech in.
But you did have just a few friends in Sydney. How did that work? Could you...
Well, the trouble was, they were sort of dotted all over Sydney. There was some in the western suburbs, there was some in Manly, there was some in Newtown.
And some were working presumably and some studying and not necessarily working the same schedules as you. What about, like, my experience of what younger people look for in the city is the bright lights, you know, because it's all happening there.
Bridget took me to the gay Mardi Gras in King's Cross, and I just wide-eyed. I was shocked. I didn't know what was going on. I was what can I say? It was quite funny, actually.
It's quite an outrageous
very
procession.
Yeah.
Did you expect it to be like that?
Oh, I had warning.
Yeah. Were there clubs and things that, you know, you got a real kick out of going to because it's sort of thing that isn't available in, say, Coffs Harbour?
Oh, well, I went to Oxford Street a few times. It was mainly gay bars around there, but it was interesting to see the sort of people that went in there. Like there were punks and trendies, and more trendies, and more trendies, and just a different way of raging, I suppose. They don't sort of let themselves go. They're more into keeping with the style sort of thing.
Not like here.
No.